Hello, good morning. This is Rob Koster for CardGameExpert.com, and today I will be playing some Naya Landfall. In the recent set, Rising Zendikar Rising or Zendikar Rising Zendikar, I don't know. Anyway, there's a new Zendikar set, Landfall's back. Akum Hellhound here is just Steppelings numbers 5 through 8. And with that, I thought, well, Naya Landfall used to be a thing and it played 4 Steppelings. I don't think you want 8 of them. And so I just put in 4 of those. I also wanted to try a Wayward Guide Beast in this deck, just see if it does anything. I started out with 4 of these. I've been playing this deck through like 4 or 5 leagues at this point. I have played. I can speak all of the Englishes, I swears. Anyway, I've played this deck through like 20-25 matches, changed up a bunch. You can see in the video as well, like there's some different lists going on, but this is the basic core I ended up with. So what I really liked about this deck was Steppelings and Akum Hellhound, just combo really well with Ren and 6. And yeah, Renegade Rallier also really good in this. I wanted to try those out together, just threw in some Bloodbraid Elves with them, some Lightning Helixes, Hex Trinket to add on some 1 drops, Wild Nakado, because yay, pussies. And let's see. Here's some lightning balls. Steppelings, as I said, a lot of lands. I started out on 24 with this, but I just kept flooding out so bad. Let's see, what else do we have here? We have some Path to Exiles over here in the sideboard. Rest in Peace, Molten Rain, Boil. Like, this is just a sign more than is a healthy spot, you know. Just be like, okay, so these are 10 cards against Euro decks, or 12 cards against Euro decks. And these are kind of good against them as well. Anyway, we have Damping Sphere, Boil, Molten Rain, Rest in Peace, Path to Exile. And yeah, we have one Chaos Blessing. People are playing Mill. Like, everybody's playing Mill. And you just... I don't think this will be the case in like 2 days or something. But right now, I really want to try and get someone with the Chaos Blessing. It's just so much fun. Just be like, yeah, mill me. Can't lose, get wrecked, nerd. With that being said, as always, if you want to try out the deck for yourself, you can use the link in the description down below to get a discount on your first few months. Use coupon code NuclearRabbit to do so. If you do it before October 1st, you get a 20% discount. If you do it after October 1st, you get a 15% discount. So I would hurry up with that. And with that being said, let's get to the games. First hand here, we have a mulligan, 5 lands into a 3-drop, definitely not a keepable hand in Modern. So we play a Hex Drinker, and at this point I noticed my opponent is on a Yorion deck, so I was like, whatever, Yorion, whatever, nobody cares, companions, blah blah blah, thing of the past, nobody plays. My opponent is not only on Yorion, they are on 500 card Yorion. Like, I thought I was playing some serious jank, they are really upping the ante here. It can't be a good deck. I'm so sorry, it just can't. But so yeah, this is Wayward Guide Beast doing its thing, just attacking in, being a Goblin Guide. Or not attacking in. I wanted to ramp to Bloodbraid Elf, so I couldn't attack with the Wayward Guide Beast. And this is the first time that alarm bells went off in my head. Like, this might not be the greatest card ever printed since Goblin Guide. Anyway, Ren and 6 dies to an Abrupt Decay, they do some things. We mulligan to 5, we're just drawing nothing but lands here, which sucks, and we're just bouncing them back to our hand as well. They play a Jace, and yeah, Jace is good. Also, I love the artwork, like they had a 500 card deck, and they were just all alternate arts and fancy art, promo art, like mad props to them. That's so cool. Anyway, we bolt the Helix, we bolt the Jace, we Helix the Jace. Then they play an Omnath, the Locus of Creation, because why the hell wouldn't you in a 500 card deck? This deck just makes me laugh so much. So anyway, Omnath happens, they draw a card when it enters the battlefield, then they play a fetch land, so they gain 4 life, and then after that they get 4 mana as well. They get a swamp actually, so they end up with all 5 colors. So I'm like, am I gonna get Niv Mizzet? Which doesn't happen, luckily. I was so scared of getting Niv Mizzet at this point. Like Niv Mizzet Dragon thingy, Niv Mizzet draw all the cards. However, they do the way more boring thing. They end up playing a Wargate, which is a card I haven't seen in a long time, for a Field of the Dead. Like, You started out so cool and you got so far, but in the end, it didn't matter. You got a boring Field of the Dead deck. Lightning Helix on... I cascade into a Lightning Helix here, and I target the Omnet, because that way I can attack with both creatures, so I deal them 5 instead of 3. But yeah, it's just over. Omnet triggers happen and stuff happens, and I die, because they just brutally outvalue me at this point. So I play an Akum Hellhound here, and it gets Fatal Push, because... yeah, small little 1-drops in Modern is just not really a thing anymore. It's a thing of the past. I mean, can you imagine? Wildnakada was banned at some point. Like, Wildnakada was actually banned. Renegade Rallier happening. Just getting back my Akum Hellhound here. Wildnakada just swinging in. They go into 17 over there. They're playing a Chromatic Star into nothing, I believe. Yeah, they just went Mountain Chromatic Star or something. Oh yeah, no, they go Chromatic Star, Psycho Saga Trihome. Well, that's like 10 power of creatures in play. It's like, yeah, I think I'm ahead in this game. I think I'm kind of really ahead here. So yes, make some landfall triggers. As I said earlier, Ran 6 and Akum Hellhound really are best friends forever. Steplinks as well. There's just a nice little threesome going on there. And yeah, they're just flying in... this is like 10 power, they go to 7 and they concede. Like, if you're cycling a tri-land on turn 3 in Modern, you're gonna die. Like, not close. So turn 1 we play an Akum Hellhound again. It gets Firebolt this time. Everybody just has removal for everything every single time. They play a Save Right Crest, which is a card I didn't know was Modern legal, because I played it in Modern before. I didn't know it was still playable in 2020, and apparently it isn't, because they don't do it much. With it, they play a Clothes, God of something like... Clothes, God of... I can't remember the rest of the name. God of Destiny. Yeah, it's a really good card. I like Clothes a lot. Also, yeah, like I said already, mad props for the alt art. So well done. Whoever you are, well done. I part to exile the Sakura Tribe Elder here to deny them the block. That's the reason why I'm doing it. It looks super weird, I know. And then I Molten Rain a Field of the Dead. And... yeah, so Field of the Dead dies, and I just attack him with the kitties again. Kitties go beat phase. Play a Bloodbraid Elf, and at this point I have 9 power in play, and I hit a Path to Exile. There's like 2 Path to Exiles in my deck, and I hit both of... I hit the second one with the Bloodbraid Elf, just pure skill, you know. Cryptic Command, tapping down my creatures, then they crack a Renegade Map, which is... yeah, Renegade Map is a card you are legally allowed to register in Modern. You are able to do that. So Firebolt happens, they've tapped my team down a bunch, gained some life off the Clothes. And the kitties keep running in, they're gaining 2 a turn and dealing 2, but I'm dealing, 6 to, depending on how many land drops I can make, a lot more. Excuse me. Yeah, they're just Chromatic Starring it here, and they know, no, they don't know I have the land, so they should just keep playing, but... they're just very, very dead at this point. And yeah, they conceded after that. Faded out a bit too early there, but they just conceded. Yeah, so Wildnakada happens for us in the second match. They play a Mishra's Bauble, so they're on some Dead Shadow jank. Street Raid happens. Yeah, this is definitely some Dead Shadow deck. Mishra's Bauble. I attack with the... I attack with the Wildnakada after damaging myself for 2 damage for no reason. Just pretending to be Naya Dead Shadow or something. No, I just didn't need to shock there. It was bad. Then they play 2 Dead Shadow, because why would you ever play just the 1? 2 is always better. So we fetch a land. Renegade Rallier happens. We get the Steplinks back, and now we are a Kitten Tribal. We are just Cat Tribal now. So I should totally do that at some point. Just be like Steplinks, Wildnakada, Cat Tribal. Let's go. Lurus as a commander. What could ever go wrong? Anyway, we're at 15, but they don't give a crap because, well, they have a Mutagenic Growth, a Dead Shadow, and a team of Battle Rage, so we die a horrible, horrible death. Yeah, take our way with Guide Beast, 9 of Autumn for 3 Path to Exiles. And so, the next game, we play a Wildnakada again. Let's see, we play one. Oh, they play a Monastery Swift Spear, Swifty attacks. I believe. Oh, yeah, they do a Mishra's Bauble trigger, and then the Swifty attacks because... Wildnakada is a 2-2 right now, and they can just always bluff the Mutagenic Growth, so I'm definitely not blocking. Also, I just want to attack. So yeah, just beating in there again. So they play a Scourge of the Skyclaves, and This is a new card from Zendikar Rising, and it's I got the set name right. Anyway, it's a really cool card. It's just like a Dead Shadow, really cool. And the deck they're playing is like the old Suicide decks. It's a really sweet deck. So yeah, while Nakala just swinging, I'm just trying to raise them at this point. I'm never beating a Dead Shadow anyway. Oh no, I am. I have a Path to Exile. I'm never beating 2 Dead Shadows again. So that was what I was thinking. So they play 2 Dead Shadows because I was really surprised they didn't play the third one as well. I was like, yeah, you probably just have 3 of them, don't you? Anyway, Renegade Rallier happening again. Like, the Renegade Rallier is so sick. I mean, look at that Stepperlings. It's a 6-7 right now. And I should have totally zoomed in on it. I totally should have done it. Anyway, so trigger it. Yeah, I tried to trigger it with the Windswept Heat. They respond by growing their own Dead Shadows. And yeah, now we just have an 8-9 Stepperlings, which is really sick. Then I Path to Exile one of the Dead Shadows, and I'm like, yeah, I got this, we're doing well. They have 3 cards in hand. But lo and behold, they have a Mutagenic Growth. And my Stepperlings died, so I have a 1 mana 8-9, and it just dies in combat to another 1-drop. Like, what the hell is this format? They play an Akoum Hellhound as well. Yeah, definitely people trying out the Akoum Hellhounds in there. So yeah, Dead Shadow attacks, and now we're just in Abyss mode. I'm just losing a creature every turn, play Bloodbraid Elf, get Renegade Rallier on the 1 turn in the entire game that I don't have Revolt. Like, stupid game. So anyway, the other Renegade Rallier attacks, they block. They're in Abyss mode as well, so we're kind of just Abyss moding each other here. And Abyss is just an old card that makes you sacrifice a creature every turn. They do have a Revolt, however, so they get to Fatal Push my 4-drop, which is really bad because I like my 4-drops. Yeah, so yeah, we're just blocking. Like, the Dead Shadow's a 9-9, I'm at 9. I think I'm inclined to block here. I mean, dying is one hell of a bad play after all. So anyway, we play a Renin 6, and let's see. Yeah, Renin 6 gets a land back, gets a landfall trigger. I do play the landy because if I draw a land next turn, I get more Hellhound triggers. But it just doesn't matter. They didn't miss the attack, so I'm in chump mode again. And I'm blocking with the Hellhound over the Renegade Rallier here because it's easier to Fatal Push the Hellhound. They need to get Revolt to be able to Fatal Push the Renegade Rallier. We do draw the land, so my play was kind of technically correct, but I still die, so... Yeah, because, yeah, we're just dead on board, so, yeah. Anyway, don't forget, please forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Just don't do it! So, next opponent reveals the Lures of the Dream Dance, so we're against some sort of aggressive shell. We don't know what yet. They play a Soulscar Mage. I kind of have a clue of what they're playing now. They're on Ragdoll's Prowess. And, yay, free spells again. So, Mishra's Bauble. Happened. Like, all the best decks in Modern are just playing free spells. Either Mishra's Bauble or Mana Morphos or a ton of lands that make a ton of value. It's insane. The mana curves in Modern have been pushed so low. So, Stepperlings happening again. Attacking in. Yeah, I'm hoping they block because I just want to use my Lightning Helixes to trade with their creatures. The weakness in the Ragdoll's Prowess deck is that they usually tend to run out of gas if you just kill all the creatures while you're at a high enough life total. So I'm trying to just kind of do that. Thoughtseize happens. They take my Wild Nakadal, throw the pussy in the bin. Soulscar Mage for them. Renegade Rallier with a Revolt Trigger again. Like, the only time I didn't have Revolt Trigger, it's just out of the Cascade. This deck really easily gets it because you're playing like 12 fetches and a bunch of stuff that dies very easily. And in this version, you can see that I was playing a bit of a different list, and I have a Keswick Wolverine in here, but it was too hard on the mana base, so that's why it's gone now in the final version. But yeah, this is just from a different league. I was just really trying to find a good shell for this deck, because I do think there's something here. One Nakadal, 5 lands, not a keep. This hand is super risky, but I think it's a keep. I need to draw a second land. If I don't draw a second land, I will die a horrible death. So yeah, I draw the worst possible second land. Like, the Plains and the Keswick Wolfram were the only 2 ones I didn't want to draw, because now I just can't double spell anyway. I wanted to draw like a fetch, or I wanted to be able to play a Renin 6, and yeah, Plains is just the one land that doesn't allow me to play Renin 6, and this makes my mana curve super awkward. So I end up just playing a Hex Drinker and leveling it. They play a Mishra's Bauble again. And the Soulscar Mage, the Monastery Swift Spear over there. And this is another Monastery Swift Spear. Everything's raising in. Yeah, I would totally offer this trade as well if I was them, so I don't want to take it. Yeah, just level up the Hexdrinker some more, because, well, yeah, we need the levels for sure. They play a Mishra's Bauble again, and now it's a 0 mana, add 3 power to the board, and we are against the probably only player on the complete absolute planet that's playing Angrad's Rampage in Modern. Like, I have not seen that before, I don't think. And yeah, so my Hexdrinker with like 4 turns of mana invested into it just goes like bye bye. So we lose the game. Like, if you're sacrificing a creature that you just pump for 3 turns, you're dying. I knew the second that Angrad's Rampage was on the stack that I went lost, so yeah, it happens. Anyway, we play a Wild Nakadal, they play a Seal of Fire, and they do the obvious thing and just kill the Wild Nakadal. Hexdrinker goes in there, and we play, oh yeah, the second Hexdrinker. And Mishra's Bauble for them. And now they're not playing creatures, so now I'm very happy. Like, this is what I mentioned a bit ago. Just if they're not playing creatures, not getting the prowess triggers, they're just not doing that much. And this is, I mean, look at how different this game is when they didn't have creatures. So they Fatal Push me, and Wayward Guide Beast triggers happen. So I had pumped one of the Hexdrinkers before combat, then attacked with the Wayward with Wayward Guide Beast, returned the land, played it again, and then just ramped it. So in this game, Wayward Guide Beast actually was a mana ramp card, which is really cool. Then I play a Scavenging Ooze, and they kill my Hexdrinker. And I eat the Lava Dart here, because I have so many X1 creatures in my deck. Like, I can't afford to have Lava Dart flying around. So I end up discarding a Lightning Helix here, and I think my opponents just were like, what the hell, he discarded the best card in the matchup, but I just have better, you know? And this is also super awkward, because on the one hand, it's really cool that Wayward Guide Beast just triggers Revolt, but I do want to make land drops, so I kind of want the Bloodbraid Elf. I want the 4th mana for the Bloodbraid Elf, but this turn, the Wayward Guide Beast actually gets me Revolt for the Renegade Rallier, which is really cool. But you can definitely see the tension here between the Wayward Guide Beast and the Bloodbraid Elf. So either the Wayward Guide Beast needs to go, or the Bloodbraid Elf needs to go. Like, these two are not really compatible in the same deck. So that's a bit of tension there. They play a 2-1 dude and get a land out of it. Then a Cling to Dust happens. They draw a card off of it. They're just kind of fumbling around here, trying to get something going. Yeah, I eat that Graveyard out with a Scavenging Ooze. Yeah, just attacking in here. Like, it's 6 damage. They go to 2. They don't have much to do. I return a land again, so I get the force back to my hand and replay it again. So replay the forest, and now we've ramped again. Like, Wayward Guide Beast has netted me a bunch of mana this game, which is really cool. They unearth here for an Abbot of Carrow Keep again. That's the 2-1 I just meant. Yeah, and they get a land again. So they're getting quite flooded and unlucky. But that's fine, because I just want to win. So yeah, so I'm just completely fine with that. Also, I think there's too much going on of the prowess deck in Modern. There's just so much of it flying around. So for the next match, the last match as well, I kind of know that already. Yeah, we play a Stepperlings and then a Renin 6. So yeah, so we get to ping the Sakura Tribe Scouts. Sakura Tribe Scout. God, that's a tongue breaker. That's Sakura Tribe Scouts. Sakura Tribe Scouts. Sakura Tribe. Anyway, they're on good old boring Amulet Titan. I'm so tired of that. I think Modern's actually in a really bad spot right now. It's just all rampy decks, aggro decks, and prowess. That's just all it is. Like, you haven't seen a single mid-range deck except for the 500 card Yorion meme in this video. It's just not there right now. Anyway, yeah, I played like a bunch of 1-drops, and they play a turn 3 Primeval Titan. So yeah, I fast forward this. I hate editing Amulet Titan. There's just so much going on, so much triggers. So I usually just take the entire turn and just fast forward it. I fast forwarded it by 4 times this time. So just enjoy the show. I mean, this started out with them having like a bunch of lands and stuff. And yeah, this is just... Yeah, I feel like we're not really working on the same power level here. Like, I have a 4/5 1-drop and they have the world, basically. So I hit a lightning bolt here, and I decide to target the Azusa Lost But Seeking, but the only thing Lost But Seeking here right now is me, to be honest. So yeah, my basic play is here to hope they forget about the Summoner's Pact trigger, which they, well, didn't. Yeah, now the Primeval Titan just comes in, and this happens. We die. We. So yeah, a bunch of triggers on the stack. Primeval Titan stuffy happens, and we die. Like that's full valid triggers. We're at 12. 4 times 3 is 12. So yeah, bye bye. For the sideboard, we bought in almost everything. The Molten Rain, Damping Sphere, Destructive Revelry. I had Destructive Revelry in this version, so you can definitely see like the sideboard changing between the matches. That's just me just experimenting with the deck. We had a mulligan there, and now we have this hand of mulligan to 5 with a turn 1 Akum Hellhound. So let's get that into play and just get some landfall triggers going. So yeah, this is just the Akum Hellhound getting gigantic, which is really sweet. It's just a 4-5 again. Like turn 2 attack for 4 is very reasonable. This deck definitely edging towards being too fair though. Like we had a 1 mana 8/9 earlier in the video, and it's still just too fair. Like yeah, I don't know. Modern is such an unfair format actually. Amulet of Vigor happening for them, so I'm really scared and I kind of want to cry and press concede right now. But I don't, because well, we're not dead yet, so might as well keep on playing. They play a Gruul Turf, play an Explore. Like the Amulet Titan deck just makes so much game action. Like every single turn is like, okay, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Then I do this, and this. And even though the one thing isn't very good, like 10 little things are definitely worth a big thing. So Molten Rain on their Gruul Turf, because oh yeah, that feels good. And so Akum Hellhound flying in here, weep. They play a Dryad of the Elysian Grove after playing a Gruul Turf again or something, or a Simic land. Something. They played some sort of bounce land, I can't remember. It doesn't matter, they play like a million of them anyway. So we get a Renegade Rallier going here. And just get more lands back. Now we have a 6/7 Akum Hellhound again. Like when you're making multiple land drops a turn, the landfall creatures are really powerful. However, it's so hard to make a deck that actually wants to make a ton of land drops and also gets to attack as much and not waste its mana. So definitely could see like more Hex Drinkers or something in here. Anyway, they block with the Dry because otherwise they'd go to 1. No, they'd go to 2, but I could just ping down the Ren and 6 twice. And then they play a second Amulet Titan, and there is the fast forward again. We all know what this means at this point. So they play a Summoner's Pact, stuff happens. And yeah. Into an Engineered Explosives. And I'm like, oh my god, please stop making plays, please. So I attack for 7 because we're definitely working on the same power level in this format. They blow up the Engineered Explosive, which actually cost them both of their Amulet of Figures, which is really nice. And I take them to 7, and then I just get to keep upping the Ren and 6, which is really nice. I get a land back as well. And my only out here to beat the Primeval Titan is to just Hex Drinker it up and just get it to the maximum level. So we're going just maximum level Hex Drinker and just pump it up. Pump it up, you know, like the Black Eyed Peas. Was it the Black Eyed Peas that said pump it up? I don't know. Like hip hop and stuff is definitely not my forte. Field of the Dead happening again though. So like yeah, so anyway, I'm just like, can I please, for the love of God, draw a bolt? And I don't. I draw Steppelings. Like if I drawn a bolt, I could have just pumped the Hexdrinker and just bolted them out. I however can't right now, so I flashback a Molten Rain with the Ren and 6 ultimate. And just attacking, just to prove that I could have gotten them dead if I drew a bolt. And they're just attacking again. And at this point, the game is just very, very over. So, well, yeah. I just die a horrible death here. So, GG's. So, after playing the games, there's quite a bit of tension in this deck. The games are really close. I think we're definitely onto something here. And decks like these have done well in the past. As you could see, I tried Knight of the Reliquary before in this. Let me pull it up real quick here. Knight of the Reliquary. Yeah, that one. Come on. But, yeah, so anyway, I had that one in here. Come on, Magical Line. You can do it. Show it to me, baby. Just be a nice little girl and show it. Yeah, this one I played this one in a league as well. I don't think it's very good in this because it's really good because I played it with Keswick Wolf Run as well. But yeah, so I had this in here. Come on, preview window, do it. Yeah, I had this in here, but there's never any cards in the graveyard for it. Like Wayward Guidebeats just swings them back to your hand. The Hellhound, Hellhound has nothing to do with it. I clicked on the wrong card. Anyway, Renegade Rallier gets them out. Renin 6 gets them out. So there's a lot of tension there. The other thing that was a lot of tension for this deck is you have Wayward Guidebeast returning your land drops with like the 4-drop Bloodbraid Elves. And I think, to be honest, that you just want to cut the Wayward Guidebeast. Like, be gone, ye evil wannabe goblin guys. So Bloodbraid Elf, it just seems better. Like that. So just some other one, or maybe just add it to other hack drinks. It would be like a very heavy mana landfall aggro. I do think there's something here though. I think the deck does need some work, but this is really fun. I tried like Brushfire Elemental as well, which was nice. Just having haste and some sort of evasion is really good. People were playing Pleaded Geopede in this slot, but I think this is better. I think haste is better than First Strike. Sideboard, didn't change a card, so that's that. With that being said, if you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. If you want to have me try out something like this again, just tell me. With that being said, enjoy your day. Bye bye.